Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to PlayFrame and Final Fantasy XIV Story Mode. We are about to embark on quite the excursion. Yes, today we are beginning the next, and I think maybe last, depending on the order I'm airing these, probably the last big side story excursion for the Shadowbringers patch content, and it is the largest one yet. So, you remember Stormblood times way back when? You might even remember that area in it. When we did all that Eureka stuff, that big, grindy, sort of Final Fantasy XI-esque segment of stuff with Kryl and the Baldesion Arsenal and all that stuff. Turns out, Shadowbringers has kind of an equivalent of that. A slightly, friendlier, less mean equivalent, but an equivalent. And we are about to embark on that starting today. But first we have to unlock it, which will actually probably take all of today. So let's get started. Judging by the look of relief on K10's face, you have saved him a great deal of time. Milord, what auspicious timing. I intended to send a missive to the Rising Stones, but it seems that is no longer necessary. Master Hancock wishes to speak with you regarding a matter of grave import. I can but imagine what other duties yet demand your attention. Still, he would request you meet him at the Ruby Bazaar at your earliest convenience. Very well. This I can do. Where is that? Where's... Right, his usual spot. It's been a little bit. Okay, let's go. Alrighty. Hello again. For old time's sake, you mind opening the door? Greetings, honored sir. Will you be entering the Ruby Bazaar offices? That's up to you, Dorman. Here we are again. Been a bit. And so he returns at last. From what Tataru has told me, you've come rather a long way, to put it mildly. And while the Scions remained locked in slumber, she sought aid from all corners of the realm. In fact, it was I to whom she first turned when searching for a champion to assist her in your absence. Though, as you have no doubt surmised, I did not call you here to discuss such matters. I have received word from Lord Hien that the Bozjan resistance, our comrades in the Eastern Alliance, seek the aid of distinguished heroes in their fight against the Empire, and, naturally, your name immediately sprang to mind. It so often does. The Bozjan resistance, you say? Explain. Indeed, from a small nation found in the southern reaches of Ilsebard to the west of Dalmasca. They were no doubt among the first to fall to the Empire. Yet it would seem their hearts have yet to give way to despair, and with the Empire now in disarray, they would seize the opportunity to fight back. If you would know the details in full, I think it best you speak with Lord Hien. His endless list of commitments makes him a hard man to find, however, so perhaps you can have one of his attendants at the House of the Fierce track him down for you. That is a good idea. I've honestly not been there in a while. Let's go. Ah, the old HQ. Underground and hidden still. How you doing? Greetings, good sir. Lord Hien has been expecting you. When word reached us from the Bozjan resistance, Lord Hien knew at once there was but one man to whom he could turn. He left to the coattails not long ago. The view of Doma Castle helps to calm his mind. This way, if you please. Lead on. Oh, you're leading actually pretty long way, aren't you? That's a very long way. I better get moving. Man, good old times. I love having excuses to come back to these previous areas for story things. Place is looking good. Oop, we're about to overshoot. There you are. Oh, well, there you are. You move fast. This way, atop the broken bridge. He will be most glad for your arrival. Do you remember when first we shared a view of this castle together? Still under the Garleans' control, perhaps, yet for all their wickedness, its beauty would not be so easily sullied. Good to see you. It is good to see you, my friend. You must forgive me for foregoing pleasantries, but our guest here is in dire need of your help. Marsak of the Bozjan Resistance. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. As you've no doubt already heard from Lord Hien, my people seek to reclaim our homeland from the Empire. Under his auspices, and that of the Eorzean Alliance, we aim to do just that. However, we recently received word that the 4th Imperial Legion's been making plans of their own. It has long held the provinces of Nagxia, Dalmasca, and Bozja in an iron grip. Maybe it's Nanxia. That might be actually how you say it, I'm not sure. Using its Dalmascan headquarters to house the bulk of its forces. Until recently, that is. They appear to be diverting resources and manpower to their forces stationed in Bozja. In fact, 3 battalions are en route as we speak. We thought perhaps to strike before they can fully assemble, but the Bozjan resistance lacks the means to drive them off on its own. Aid from the Dalmascan resistance groups may have sufficed. Sadly, even Fran of Lente's Tears has been unable to bring an end to their infighting. All hope is not lost, however, for Lord Hien has made a most intriguing proposal. An idea not my own, I must confess. We have our old friend Gosetsu to thank. As the Empire tightened its grip on Doma, our people were at a crossroads. Would they lay down and surrender, or stand up and fight? You sought me out, that I could become the spark that lit the fire of rebellion. The same must be done for the Bozjans. They require a standard under which they can rally, a symbol of hope to steel them for what is to come. Lacking a living figurehead such as Lord Hien, my comrades and I looked to our nation's past for inspiration. There, we found the answer we sought, Gunhilder's blades. They were the elite guard of Queen Gunhilder, possessed of weapons blessed by the gods. Their exploits would become legend after defending our peoples against the Alligans in the Third Astral Era. The strength of their steel was matched only by their dedication to the Queen. Should one lose their life in her service, their holy blade was then passed on to a successor. In time, their title would lend itself to the most renowned of their weaponry, the gunblade. But in truth, each member of her guard was master of a unique weapon. Though these sacred relics have been lost to time, I would see them forged anew. Armed thus, our people would know no fear and drive back our oppressors just as Queen Gunhilder did to the Alligans. An admittedly lofty and otherwise unattainable goal for one such as I, which is why I've traveled far and wide in search of great minds and greater heroes who might lend us their aid. We would be honored to have one of your renown at our side. We value the Bozjans' commitment to the cause, and I would see their plans come to fruition. Unfortunately, duty demands that I remain here. I could not in good conscience leave, knowing the Empire yet threatens the border to Alamigo. Should you choose to accompany him to Bozja, might I ask you also act as a representative of the Eastern Alliance in my stead? You leave it to me. I'll do my best. Thank you, my friend. If there is aught else you require of the Eastern Alliance, you need only ask. Safe travels to you both. Good to see you too. Oop, sorry. Pleasure meeting you, though. An airship to our base has been prepared for us at the Enclave's dock. I hope to see you there soon. Sounds great. Are you going there, or do I talk to you here and now? I think maybe I'll just talk to you here and now. Marsak is ready to depart. When you have finished your preparations, meet me at the dock and we can be on our way. Sounds great. I'll head right over there. Oh, good. They have one of those out here, too. Rad. Rad and sweet. Good, good, good. Problems for later. We have so many problems to deal with over the next few episodes. That one can wait. It is unfortunately not going anywhere. All right. I'm here finally. All are free to travel in and out of the Enclave. Do you seek passage? Yes, please. Alrighty. So many places we've not been in so long. Our destination is Gangos, the Resistance's present base of operations. To ensure we remain unnoticed by the Empire, this ship is one of the few permitted to travel twixt Doma and the other provinces. Should you have need to travel to Gangos in the future, I ask you come here to do so. Okay, I can do that. Coming aboard, sir. You bet I am. Let's go a place. A new place, in fact. So rare we get to travel aboard one of these old airships. And here is the place. That we should play host to the liberator of Doma and Alamigo himself. I did not think you could be persuaded to help us. Bozjan, leader of the Bozjan resistance. Not the best choice for the job, if I'm to be frank, but I will bear the title all the same. Bloody hells, man. You won't inspire much confidence speaking like that. Oh, you. You're quite right, Master Geralt. But while you're here, won't you come and welcome our guest? Hi again. Huh? What in the seven hells are you doing here? Helping? Hello. Eorzea's greatest hero and her finest blacksmith. With the two of you here, our plan is sure to succeed. Would that Queen Gunhildr were here to witness this. Give me a minute. I just got here. Fine. What? Oi, Dermot, just between us, I'm only here to pay off my debts to that black-hearted snake Rowena. She's been selling supplies to the Resistance, and they happened to mention they were in need of a smithy. So she went and told him I'm the greatest bleeding smithy in the realm, with skills that had put Biragad himself to shame. Can't rightly say I'm even half of what she claimed, but I'll do my damnedest. They're happy to ply me with good grub and even better booze, so play along, will you? Yeah, sure. Okay. Sorry about that. And now that you're both here, I believe it's time our plans be made clear. Monsieur? Yes, of course. Our goal is to reforge the weapons wielded by Gunhildr's blades. Simple in principle, less so in execution. The weapons themselves, and most of the texts denoting the history of Her Majesty and her guard, were lost to the devastation of the Fourth Umbral Calamity. That said, we have managed to obtain certain pieces of information, and coupled with Master Geralt's knowledge and expertise, we have made great strides in reproducing these vaunted blades of Eld. We worked out the manner of weapons they wielded, their shape and weight, even the materials needed from a forge, but we've learned bugger all about what gives them spirit. It is said Queen Gunhildr etched a holy inscription into each blade, thus granting them the power of the gods. Unfortunately, no records of any such engravings remain, but there is still hope. Though not but pale imitations, there once existed replicas which may very well have borne these inscriptions. Alas, they were lost when Bozja Citadel fell. Do you know of the Bozja incident? It sounds vaguely familiar. I think it's come up, like once or twice, kind of in passing. A little bit. largely around stuff to do with Sid, I think, but it has been very few mentions and very much in passing. Vaguely familiar. A bitter chapter in our history, for it would mark the end of Bozja as we knew it. 15 summers passed, the Garleans were conducting experiments, seeking a means to make contact with the lesser moon, Dalamud. They believed the satellite to be possessed of immense power, and a lunar transmitter was erected in the hopes of harnessing it. But when the transmitter was activated and the signal sent, Dalamud responded with an immense blast of raw energy. The destruction wrought defied reckoning. The citadel, the relics of Queen Gunhilder's kingdom, naught was left but smoke and ash. Hope ain't lost yet, though. The citadel's been wiped off the bloody map, aye, but there's still a way for us to find those inscriptions, or so I've been told. An explanation better left to one far more knowledgeable than I. Who are we looking for? Oh! You again. Hello. You are a little go-to scientist nerd helper during all of the evil East stuff. Way back when. Hello. "'Tis good to see you again, Dermot, though I had hoped to accomplish more before your arrival." Wait, don't tell me. Your name is... Come on, Dermot. I'm sure your help will be as invaluable now as it was aboard the Prima Vista. You are far too kind. If not for your heroism, Ramza and Alma would have... Bit of a sore spot. Still, I guess. From the onset of our endeavor, it was abundantly clear that one versed in etherology would be essential. We relayed this to the Alliance, who then introduced us to Mikoto. She's said to be one of the most brilliant minds among the students of Baldesion. And yet, it is my ineptitude that demands your presence here. I was all but certain that Geralt and I alone would suffice in this. Alas. Ahem. The matter she speaks of concerns a long-forgotten practice of the holy men who once inhabited these lands. Utilizing uniquely aspected crystals, these seers were able to provide succor for those with ailments of the mind. They possessed the ability to shape their very memories, removing those deemed harmful and replacing them, that the patient may find some semblance of peace. I, too, dismissed the notion that such practices could exist. That is, until a recent excavation unearthed compelling evidence of their work. The crystals, we believe, were used in their healing. Unfortunately, we were unable to discern how they were meant to be used. It was at this juncture that we petitioned for Mikoto's assistance. Well, lass, you made any progress? My initial analysis suggests the crystals were artificially created at some point in the distant past. The materials used suggest they were most likely produced by ancestral peoples of this area. What's more, their ethereal signature is strikingly similar to the oscillatory activity of brainwaves, which, when made to resonate with the distinct frequency NRR-type harmonic vibrations of an individual's... Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? I've missed hanging out with you. I think a simpler approach is in order. Every living being is comprised of corporeal ether of the flesh, incorporeal ether of the soul, and ethereal residue of their memories. Were one to be possessed of only corporeal ether, they would be but a walking corpse. Conversely, entities comprised of only incorporeal ether are referred to in layman's terms as ghosts. In either case, they may also retain some of their residual memories. Aye, zombies and ghosts, I follow. These crystals were able to isolate and resonate with the ethereal signature of memories. This allowed the seers to probe the minds of their patients. That's all well and good, lass, but what if their mind ain't what it used to be? Or they was too deep in their cups to remember what you're looking for? An excellent question, Master Geralt. We are all possessed of two types of memory, explicit and implicit. As their names suggest, explicit memories refer to an active remembrance of previous experiences, while implicit memories are acquired and stored passively. For example, when making a new acquaintance, their appearance will become part of your explicit memory, allowing you to recall that information. Should a great deal of time pass without meeting, however, such recollection can prove difficult. Yet in that moment, your mind also takes record of the sound and smells of the location and the temperature and so on. Perhaps a demonstration would better explain this phenomenon. Don't we need some sort of spell? Thankfully, that will not be necessary. When I was first told of the seers and their practices, I was immediately reminded of your ability to peer into the past. Oh right, I can do that. I believe these people were blessed with a similar gift, and it is for that reason that they were chosen to serve as seers. Though I too am possessed of the Echo, I lack the ability to peer into the past as you do, and thus have been unable to wield the power of these crystals.
That's why we called you here.
Until now, I could do naught but posit theories. With your help, however, I may now put them to the proof. And you, Master Geralt, shall be my first test subject. Oh dear. Did we not sign on for this? Neither did I, to be fair. Derman, I would like you to recall the last time you experienced the Echo. Concentrate on that feeling. Master Geralt, I need you to recall a memory of the past. It may be anything you like.
You better not go poking around in there, digging up something unsavory like. You hear, lass?
Please, Master Geralt, focus. This is one of the fanciest Jolly Ranchers we've ever held. Huh. Kinda empty in here. Oh. This is most unexpected. For reasons I cannot yet explain, it appears the Echo has allowed me to accompany you into this memory. You're a skilled smith, Geralt, there's no denying that, but you hold money about as well as your liquor.
Well, what bloody good is money if you can't spend it? A man has to live a little, Rowena.
Aye, and it wouldn't hurt for a man to use his head, neither. With all that talent of yours, I reckon you could have amassed a small fortune by now. Could have been you sitting on the syndicate instead of Godbert.
As if I'd ever want to be anything like that doddering old half-dressed.
Actually, yeah, you... Glass houses, my friend.
Didn't realize my memory was so sharp.
As you can see, implicit memory is surprisingly comprehensive. From the clear skies and ocean waves, down to the exact words of your conversation. Everything appears to have been perfectly preserved.
You weren't listening to that, were you?
Every time someone gives you good advice, you turn around and do the complete sudden opposite. I used to like that rebellious streak of yours, but now I see you're just a bloody idiot. Honestly, I don't know what I ever saw in you.
Whatever it is you think you saw, it ain't as if I've changed since then. And ye haven't neither. Still as beautiful as the day we met. Whoa, hold on a minute. I never said anything like that. I swear, on my last mug of ale.
Implicit memories, while quite comprehensive, are not always true to fact. In the case of painful or otherwise undesirable experiences, they can be obfuscated to protect oneself from hard truths. Our perception of reality can also distort them as well, even when first committed to the mind. Then, as time passes, such distortions can grow. Happy memories become more joyous, sad ones all the more bitter. Explicit memory is particularly sensitive to such misrepresentations of events, for man is wont to remember what is most convenient for his worldview. That's why we seek the implicit, for there we are most like to find the truth.
Yeah, this is seeming a little more and more far-fetched the longer it goes. The truth? Rowena and me were only here a week ago. Don't tell me my memory's that bleeding unreliable.
A self-imposed delusion, perhaps. As I said before, the mind has ways of concealing painful memories.
I ain't feeling so well, if you'll excuse me.
As you can see, these crystals allow us to choose specific points in a person's past to observe at will. Unlike the echo, however, what we will see will not always be as it really was.
Yet there still remains the matter of finding one who has seen the replica weapons and their inscriptions. At this present juncture, we might as well be looking for a ghost. After the Garlean invasion of Bozjan, it was all but cut off from the world. None were allowed in or out, meaning all of its residents, and likely any who may have glimpsed the weapons, died when the citadel was destroyed. And what about soldiers stationed there who were away at the time of the incident? Bah, even if we were able to find them, I doubt they'd be persuaded to cooperate. No. Please. Lord Varys. No.
You saw it too? My visions, they're not of what has come to pass, but what is yet to be. Could it be the crystal allowed us to share my vision as well?
Mikoto, Dermin, are you two all right? Sid Garland? Son of the monster behind the Meteor Project? Come to think of it, Yugiri mentioned that Doma and the Eorzean Alliance have been receiving support from Garland Ironworks. I thought that the company should use such a moniker mere happenstance, but you mean to say Sid Garland owns this company? The son of Midas Nan Garland lives. He must be summoned at once. If he was at the Citadel prior to its destruction, it's quite possible he may have seen the replicas. Fate is indeed a cruel mistress, pinning our hopes on a Garlean. The get of that bastard Midas, no less. Is there truly no other way? Bozjan, please. Very well. I only hope our fallen comrades can forgive us. Please, bring us this Cid garland. For the people of Bozja. For all of Ilsabard.
Okay. Well, even kneeling down, you guys are all twice my height. Okay, I guess I gotta go do a Cid fetch then.
I do not imagine he sympathizes with our plight, but from what I gather, he has no love for the Empire either. If that will suffice in persuading him to aid us, then so be it. I hear there are engineers stationed at Rogger's Reach. Perhaps you can begin your search for Garland there.
Perhaps I can. And in fact, I might do that next time because the rest of this quest actually takes a good bit of time. This would be a long episode otherwise. So let me see you guys next time as we continue this process of unlocking the thing that will then be taking a good deal of time. It should all be worth it, though. I'm really looking forward to it. Take care, all of you, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.